Okay, everybody, it's Rob again. Hey, I've been off the track for a while. You maybe seen some of my other posts. Florida has pretty much just been getting rained on continuously since like the 3rd or 4th of July. Every day, all day, breaking all kinds of records. So I've not really been out. I've not been out on the boat in a month. I haven't had time to get out there and do the oil change, but it's coming, I promise. But while I'm stranded in the garage, I'm working on a new project. Currently I have a flagpole that I mounted to my boat, and it's got the Marine Corps colors on there. So I got another one to mount to the other side of the boat, so I can put the American flag on there. So I just want to kind of, throw some things out there for other people, give them ideas on how to do this if you want to. If you buy a flagpole from somewhere like Overton's, or here in Florida, West Marine's pretty popular, you're looking at 90 to 150 bucks because it's all stainless steel, chrome, pretty bling bling crap, and not worth half of that price. So what I did was I kind of ventured out, walked around Lowe's and Home Depot aimlessly like I normally do. And I came up with a couple different ideas, and what I did with my other flagpole was, if you can see this, I bought an aluminum, which is key. You don't want to buy steel or plastic. Plastic will snap. You try to have that flag mounted out there, and you do any kind of decent speed, you're just going to snap this base. So an aluminum adjustable one. I got some 2-inch stainless steel bolts, washers, lock washers, and some 5/16 nuts. Now, when you buy these things, depending on the version you get, it doesn't fit the holes that come stock. So I drilled them out with a 5/16 drill bit, just drilled them out a little bit. You can see now everything fits perfect in there. This thing comes with, little sissy ass wood screws so you can mount inside your house. But so we're going big dog in this one. So anyway, and because of the rain, I'm only going to do this part of the video, and then the second part of the video will be actually drilling holes in the boat, which means I'm going to have to drink a few beers before I do that, because it just breaks my heart every time I get a drill near that boat. But so that'll be another video, and probably I'll just combine the two together so it'll all be transparent to you guys. But anyway, that's how it's going to go on, just like that. And again, aluminum, stainless steel, critical, so it doesn't rust. Okay, you're going to need some silicone and stuff like that to squeeze in there, ooze it out. Then you can clean it up once you tighten it. Now, actually I'll do this. One thing, I got some advice from my old man, was the torque. I normally keep my flag about that angle, because if you know on the Yamaha, it's kind of going on the ass end of it, it's kind of angled, so it's about like that angle right there. But even so, that torque that's on there gets pretty big. You hit about 40, 50 miles an hour. So what he told me was, instead of relying on these screws to be the main support of all that torque and the wind blowing on that thing, underneath provide some support. And it's pretty basic. If you've ever been underneath and see how they mounted the wakeboard towers, they got steel plates under there. So I was like, oh, no shit, right? So here's a couple different things that I've done. I have some scrap metal here. This is stainless. Actually, this is zinc, I believe. Yeah, zinc plated. Shouldn't rust, but I'll put some like bed liner stuff. I got that spray liner crap. It's pretty convenient. The only downside is, look at this. I was like, yeah, the holes don't necessarily match up. But what I found was, if you crisscross like that, then the holes match up, and you can mount that underneath the boat on the inside, and this can be your structure. You can pretty much use anything. Aluminum, angle iron, cut it, drill your holes, mount it underneath. Nobody's ever going to see it. I got some aluminum square tubing. You could even use that shit if you want. It doesn't matter, but I think it's pretty safe to assume that you should put something underneath there. I went and added a couple pieces of this, just crisscrossed them because, like I said, the holes match up. It was pretty easy. So anyway, that's how you mount those. Now, obviously, when you get this out, you're ready to go. If you plan to do this stuff, get it right on your boat where you want it, and just use a pencil. You know, mark the holes and then drill them 5/16. Back up a little bit. Painter's tape, the blue shit or even the frog, green crap on there. Put that down on the boat where you want it. Okay, so that prevents splintering of the fiberglass. Gives you a nice clean hole. Mark the holes on top of the tape where you want this. And when you lift this off, you just drill the holes. Done. Okay? So again, stainless steel is critical. Now, let me take a pause here for a second. This is what I got for my flagpole. You go to Lowe's or Home Depot, it's aluminum pole. This is 8 feet. They used to sell it in 4 feet. 15 bucks. Now, it doesn't look pretty right now, but what you don't, what a lot of people don't realize is aluminum is very easily polished. So you get like Brasso or chrome cleaner, like I use on my motorcycle over here. I get use Mother's chrome polish. Man, it makes this shit just look like stainless steel. Polish it up with the buffer, and then you put a wax over it. Easy. So I got this marked off, 4 foot section. My Marine Corps colors is 3 feet long. And those of you that don't really, that are not in the military, don't necessarily know all the protocol with the American flag. If you've got multiple flags, American colors have to be displayed higher than the rest. So this is going to be 4 feet. Marine Corps colors is 3 feet. So our colors will be flying high appropriately. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off, round off the edges, get rid of the burrs. And what I'll normally do, the side that kind of go ultimately ends up being mounted in here because it's a little loose. I don't like that. I'll just ghetto-fy it and just use either duct tape or electrical tape. You'll never see it, but it just provides a better snug fit in there. Easy. If you can find another version of this little deal here that's either stainless steel or aluminum, I would try to find it because this is obviously steel and it rusts. Or just make sure that you put some like WD-40 or the silicone spray that you've seen me use, or even that paraffin wax chain lube stuff that I get from the Yamaha dealer. Always keep that lubricated as well as inside that hole, just to prevent some rusting and shit like that. So alright, the other thing is, once I get this done, then I'm going to mount my flag. I got 2 holes here, and I bought extra bolts, extra stuff like that. It's just going to go through here, through the eyelets of my flag, and I'll show that here in a little bit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go cut this off, and then I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Alright, now, cut my tube. Like I said, it's just aluminum tubing, empty, hollow, very, very lightweight aluminum. Now, I went ahead and drilled my hole, but I wanted to show you this. I don't know, hope I can get this in there. If you can kind of see the difference in the two. That's just 2 passes with a buffer and some Brasso. You can use a buffer. You can, I used a grinder with a buffing pad on it. But here it is. You can tell that I haven't put any wax on it yet or not. So it's, it's a, hope it's in that picture there. Can't. Pretty big, significant difference. You can see you got the holes in there. So now all I do is I had some more stainless screws here, and I got some big ass flat washers. I don't know, these are 5/16. They're called fender washers. They're pretty wide. And the reason I got those is because the eyelets are a little bit bigger than I thought they were going to be. So, put it through there. Careful not to get your flag on the ground. Now I'm just going to kind of dummy this on there with a lock washer. just kind of show y'all. It's not fancy by any means, I will tell you that. But, you know, I don't give a crap because I'm not spending no $100 plus shipping and handling on some silly ass thing that I can do right here for like $15 total, look just as good and last just as long, and get the satisfaction of doing it myself. Now the only thing I don't have for either of my poles yet is something to put on the top. So there, anyway, there you go. Change subjects real quick. So there you go. That's all it's going to be. I'm going to polish the rest of it on the way down. I just want to do half of it to kind of show you, but that's what it's going to look like hanging off the boat on one side. And that's it. That's all I do. But the topper. I'm looking to find something to put up here. Like a hood ornament, something silly ass, you know, because I'm that guy that you always see out there. Noisy stereo system, and you know, I named my boat the Master Baiter, so I'm that guy. So if I can find maybe a couple of those naked girls that you always see on trucks, hood ornament, mount that shit on there, and my wife will leave me if I do that. Anyway, so there's that part. So like I said, I'm gonna polish the rest of this. As you can see, it turns out really good. I don't know if I'm going to use like a car wax or if I'm going to use what's called paste wax. I use paste wax on my tank and fender on the bike, like when I put it in shows and stuff like that. But paste wax is really good. It's good for the boat. It's really thick. It leaves a nice thick coating, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. We used to do that on the floors. I was a young Marine. We used to have to put that crap on the floors. We mop and, yeah, long story. But anyway, so there you have it. That's what it's going to look like. It'll be a little bit shinier once I get all the wax layers and buff all the scratches and stuff out of it. This stuff is super easy to work with, and it cleans up so easy. Very low maintenance. You know, you can even get fancy with some different bolts. You know, you can get some like I can't remember what they're called, but they look like little crowns and stuff like that. You get fancy nuts and bolts and stuff. You just got to order them. It's really expensive. I think all this hardware for this and the mounting and all that stuff was, I got like $30 in everything, to include the actual bracket that goes on the boat, all the screws, bolts, washers, and the pole. So I mean, it's really inexpensive. And you're not padding somebody else's pocket with a $100 flagpole when you, like I said, you do it yourself. So, so I'll go ahead and finish this up.